this is an automation game that I've been waiting for a while now. This is Rogue Factory, and it's a combination of a couple of really interesting genres. The first phase of the game is to build a factory here. What we have is a sink. This is a portal that accepts literally all of the outputs of our factory. Let's get that placed down in the middle. We have a very limited amount of resources that we are able to mobilize at the present moment, but we also have the opportunity to buy more resources and more buildings over here. This is our cache up in the top left-hand corner. We can re-roll the shop if we want to. We can recycle stuff that we place on the factory floor, so to speak, as well. Now, what we are after is this. This is an anima source, and we're also going to pick up an assembler as well. That's going to add some more items to my inventory over here. And then what we're going to go and do is, I tell you what, let's place the factory first, and then let's place the anima source. And between the source and the factory, we are going to place some conveyor belts. Now, what do you know? The anima source is going to emit a resource called anima, the base element of flammability, and then the assembler is going to craft that into something. In this case, it's going to craft it into fireballs. We're going to output the fireballs into the sink, and actually, if we click on the sink, we can see at a glance what we have got coming in here. We have got the fireball, we've got the recipe, etc. That's cool. There's also a little sort of like reference book over here, which allows us to see exactly what we can make if we want to. At the present moment, these are all out of the realm of possibility, but we can basically combine a bunch of different elements in order to create stuff. So, for example, in order to make a fireball, which we are currently making, it's literally just one anima, but if we wanted to make a fire wheel, all we would need to do is process this again, which actually might not be out of the realm of possibility. So if I just get a thingy here, if I do this, can we rotate you? We absolutely can. We can recycle that. We can put you down here, and then we can just do something like this. I mean, maybe it's not super efficient, but look at that. We've actually created a brand new spell, which is kind of nice. Very, very nice, in fact. Now, it doesn't look like we are fully utilizing... We're fully utilizing the output here, because as you can see, the assembler number 1 has a craft time of 1 second, whereas this is a craft time of 2 seconds. So we've not got a perfect ratio, but we don't really have... 5 common conveyors, corpus source. Let's go for a... I'm going to buy this, and then let's go for a little reroll and see... No, it doesn't look like there's the ability to buy any other different types of conveyors, so I think... Ooh, uncommon, 2 assembler type ones. Yeah, let's do that. We've also picked up a corpus source. This is the base element of stability. Let's throw this down as well. I think we should have enough conveyors to make this work and see what we can get. We can't just feed elements directly into the factory. We've created an arrow. Right, so now we are producing an arrow. This is a piercing arrow that targets the closest enemy, and the fire wheel is a burst of fire that orbits around you. That's fine. We can deal with that. There's also a couple of different things that have been added to the recipe book, which we will deal with in due course. We can filter by... A to Z, we can filter by elements, which is probably for the best, and we can also see exactly what we are currently producing in our factory that is going into the sink. Anyway, this is one half of the game. The other half of the game is jumping into, I guess, the combat phase. So we play as this wizard, and basically whatever we are able to produce will appear and will allow us to hopefully try and defeat some enemies. So you can see that we've got that fireball that is going around us. It seems actually remarkably effective at taking these enemies out. Appreciably, this is very early on. You'll also see a countdown timer up in the top left. The objective of the game is to try and get this countdown timer to 0. You can also see that there is a big green arrow on the screen now. We can pick up a little bit of health, not like it really matters because I'm still full health. There's a big green arrow on the screen over there. That is a portal. If I get the little mini map up, we can also dash around, which is kind of useful. If I go up to the top right hand corner, if I follow this all the way over here, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. If we follow this all the way up to the top, we will find a portal. This is going to allow me to return back to my factory, which is something that I want to do, but it's not something that I'm going to do all the time, because throughout the course of my little combat adventure here, we have managed to accumulate a bunch of cash, which is really, really quite handy and very, very useful. Okay, miscellaneous conveyors. I'm going to take that. That is perfect. That's exactly what we were after. I would love a splitter. The problem with this is that I have not really got the right configuration for this. So let's do that. Let's recycle this here. Let's get you... Can I rotate you? I can't, but I can recycle for 0, and so that's fine. So we'll do that. Let's get this out to there. That's going to allow us to split the outputs of both of these things, and then that will allow 50% of the production to go straight into fireball assembly, and also fire wheel assembly. There we go, or fire whirl assembly, should I say. So that's pretty darned nice. We need to kind of try and figure what is the best resources to build. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure at this present moment, but we're going to kind of just explore and see what happens. We can pick up a splitter for $5 if we want to, but I've actually already got enough. A spiritus source. We don't actually have a spiritus source, so why don't we experiment with that? I'll pick up an assembler 3 as well. An assembler 3 is going to be able to accept 3 inputs, and actually, that's maybe something that we want to explore, right? Because we have the opportunity to combine animus, corpus, and spiritus in one. If I was to do that, I mean, what is it? Animus, corpus, and spiritus. This would make an attack potion. Increases attack by 25% for 1 second. Max stacks is up to 25. Okay, you know what? I'm partial to that. I'm partial to that indeed. Let's go back to the shop. Let's go for a little recycle over here. Let's go for a little recycle over there. Let's split the output of this. Let's split... let's not actually do that. Let's go up here. Let's split the output there. Then let's come into there. Then let's come up to here. Let's... Can I rotate you? No, but I can do this. And then I can do this. Perfect. Look at this, look at this. And then we want to come down here like so. Okay. Also, this looks like a lot of empty space. It is a lot of empty space. However, things are not going to be this simple for long. There are going to be added complex elements that we are going to have to consider in a little bit. Also, I'm thinking that I might not have enough conveyor belts to do what I want to do, but you know what? We're just going to go with it. All right, so let's get that in there. This is a health potion, apparently. I don't really want a health potion. Splitter, no. We're going to reroll, and we're going to get misc conveyors and another misc conveyors. Ooh, look at that. We've unlocked some tunnel inputs and some tunnel outputs. Don't particularly care about either of those things right now. Look at that. Okay. That's nice. We figured out how to make health potions. I'm not really interested in health potions. I think I want to do this and do that, and then that will allow us, hopefully, with Spiritus, Corpus, and Anima, to make whatever this thing is, and that should be the attack potion. There we go. That is beautiful. That's a sword that we made. I don't know. Tooth of Rot? Okay, I'm making some really sort of sporadic stuff here. I don't know how we're doing this. Attack potion. Oh, yeah, that is the attack potion. Cool. All right, so that's looking good. If we have a little look here, we can see exactly what we are making. We're making arrows. We're making attack potions. We're making fireballs. Is there anything that I can do with the corpus? The corpus contributions. Attack. Where is arrow? Yeah, I mean, how do I make a bomb, for example? A bomb is made from anima and corpus. So that might be something that we try and get. Also, I still have excess capacity up here, so there's still an opportunity to get way more inputs into this facility. A blaze barrage is a fireball and a fire whirl. So if we combine this output here and this output here, we could get a blaze barrage, which has got different stats. 2 fireballs would give us something different as well. There's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of options, which I really like. An assembler. Do I need an assembler? Not particularly. Not particularly. I think, you know what? Let's just roll with this. Let's see what we do. I mean, I'm not really expecting a tremendous difference here because we do have that attack bonus. You can see, by the way, that the bonuses will go up to the top left-hand corner whenever they're active. So that's kind of nice. It's pretty good for us, I think. The fireballs are really good. Or, the fire whirls are really good. I just need to get more of them, I think. There we go. We can do a little dash there. I will head down to the portal, even if I don't necessarily want to take full advantage of it. I think I want more fire whirls, to be honest. I don't really care about the fireballs. Yeah, I think if I'm gonna be making the fire whirls, I might as well make 2 of them. The fireballs are the ones that shoot off to, you know, the left and right hand side, and the fire whirls obviously are the things that travel around us. And the more that I'm able to manufacture, the more I'm able to benefit from them. Let's just get right back into here. Okay, that's good. We're also pressing on. We're leveling up. Don't worry about the leveling up system at the moment. It's fine. It doesn't really matter for all intents and purposes. Is it possible, I wonder? Yeah, so 3 fireballs gives us an ember staff. I kind of like that idea, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Kind of like that idea. Is there a world in which I do this? You know what? I think there is. Let's take that out. Let's get that in there. Because we still clearly have loads and loads of anima sources. So I think I'm just not going to sweat the small stuff. And instead, I'm just going to try and make some more fireballs. And take this down here. And then let's maybe see if we can try and make something new. 2 assembler level 1s. I'll take it. And then if I just put this in here, that'll make fire whirls. Is that what I would rather have over and above anything else? I suppose so. Unless there's anything else. 1 fireball, 1 fire whirl. I mean, I could do a blaze barrage. To be fair, that's not a bad idea. I would need to get a better. Ooh, totems. We can talk about that in just a sec. Get an anima source. Get a totem. Sure. Totems are kind of cool because you buy totems, they randomly go down somewhere, but it will give us plus 50% defense, which is quite nice. Let's reroll again. I really need an assembler level 2. That's exactly what I'm after. The assembler level 2 is going to go here. Gonna go here. Yeah. We're going to take this out. We're going to do a little splitter in here. We're going to bring this down here like so. Take that out. Put that in there. Yep. And down here, and down there. And then that should make a fire barrage, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Look at that. Or sorry, blaze barrage, whatever it is. That is nice. How long does that take to craft? That takes 4 seconds to craft. Okay, and that takes 2 seconds. So we only need one in every 2. So we are wasting production there. That's fine. Okay, let's optimize this a little bit further. Let's rotate you down. That's okay. Let's put that in there. Let's say 50% of the production is just going to go straight out. And then the other 50% of the production is going to head on over here. And then like so. Up there like that. That feels like we are using our resources properly and appropriately. Are we generating enough anima from this anima source in order to get maximum benefit? I'm not actually certain that we are. I'm also not completely certain that this assembler is super valuable for us. It's nice that we've got the attack potion. A 25% increase in attack damage is nice. Yeah, increases attack for 25%. For 1 second. See, this is all good. You know what? Let's give this a shot. So we got pretty much every single, maybe not necessarily every single fire ability, but we've got all of the reasonably easy fire abilities. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I think it despawns, so need to be careful. Oh, look, that's our blaze barrage. I think that little wall of fire. It's pretty nice. Anyway, we've got all of the fire stuff, or a lot of the basic fire stuff, in reasonable quantities, but really what we want to try and do is try and level up our production stats now, I think. We got a couple of different options about how we do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to forego that portal. So there's a portal over there. It's going to be open for another 30 seconds or so. What I can always do is just say, hey, I'm not actually that interested in taking the portal right now, which is fine. There's no sort of penalty for doing that. We can go over and have a little look at it, though, to be fair. There's no real reason not to, apart from maybe the fact that we're going to lose a few coins in the process. But I am... Oh, that's good, actually. That's a good strategy, because as we move across here, our barrage fires in the direction that we're moving in. There we go. So we can enter. We're not going to enter, though. And then that is going to disappear. And the enemies are going to continue to get harder, as they are going to progressively do throughout the game. But that's okay. We're in a mostly okay position, I think. Let's loop around here and get some coins. Beautiful, big barrage. I like this. I like this this blaze barrage. It feels strong. It feels really strong. So I think I'm kind of invested in fire here, to be honest. Even though there are other opportunities for us. Oops. Yeah. I think I need... What I really need now is quantity. I need quantity. Ooh, that's a new enemy. Don't like the look of that, but... Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Look at our money, by the way. This is why I decided to stick around here. Definitely worth doing. Some slightly higher HP enemies coming at me. That's okay. Do a little dash. I think we should be fine to get this one. Yep. 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 Stick around just in case we can pick up any extra coins. And boom. What do you know? Okay. We are getting there. A hedgehog totem is going to increase olfactory speeds by 5%. You know what? I'll take that. The problem with this is that it might go in somewhere kind of awkward. I think that's okay. I think we're okay with that. I'm going to get another anima source. I'm going to get another assembler. Tunnel belts. I don't really feel the need, but I'll get another anima source as well on top of that. So, anima sources. What I think I would like to do is get anima source in here. Or somewhere up here. Somewhere that will basically just output into this factory so that we can max production of this assembler out, so that we've always got production capacity here. That is good. That is necessary, because I was a little bit over it there. So what have I got fire wise to make? Blaze barrage we make, but not in large enough quantities. We absolutely need to do more with that. Yeah, craft time is looking good, by the way. Here, this is pretty sick. Got lots of blaze barrages. Ember staff is 3 fireballs. Is that possible? It is, but I need an assembler level 3. Okay, let's try and make that. We'll go for an assembler level 3. Perfect. So here's the thing: if I just go for this, will it stack up? I don't know if this will actually allow me. Click to set. Recipe filter. Yes. Output full. Ember staff. Okay, that's perfect. Recipe filter, no. And then we just do the output here. And then the output there. Okay, so that's gonna make me the ember staff. It takes 1.9 seconds to craft. So we are still technically waiting quite a long time for the inputs. But that's okay. I think we're fine with that. I think this is good. So that's another thing that is checked off with the 3x fireball. The fire arrows. We do actually make arrows. These are the arrows that are coming out here. So we could combine them. Holy cow, I didn't even realize how close we are. If I get rid of you, so we take this out here. Whoops. And out to there. Yep. Let's just do a big roundabout belt here. Nice. And then we take you out. And then we get a assembler level 2. That's absolutely perfect. I think I actually already had one of those, but that's fine. How long does this take to craft? 1 second. And that takes 1 second as well. Is there an issue with not being able to belt between these two facilities? Let's give that a little test. See, will that work? Output full burning column. If I rotate you around and then put you out here, that works. That absolutely works. Fire arrow crafted. Wow. Okay. What was a burning column? Burning column was 2 times fireballs, which I'm not actually making yet, am I? I'm not making that yet. Also, this anima, we've now got plenty of anima. Spear created. I don't know where I created a spear, but whatever. 1 second. Fire arrow is 1 second. And that is 1 second. Yeah, I think the ratios are all good here. This is quite nice. This is ridiculous, though. This assembler level 3 for the attack potions is it's not conducive to a good time. Right, so what else have I got? Ember staff, fine. Fire arrows, fine. Fireballs. I don't even know if I make them anymore. I don't throw them into the middle. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They don't have to be done. They're not that great. Fire wall is 2 burning columns. And the burning columns are 2 fireballs. You're making the ember staff. You know what? We can make this. We can make this. Let's do another source. Need to go back to here. Let's get... I'll take that as well. Spare to source? Nah. I'll take the mist conveyors because I do need a few of them. A power crystal halves the recipe crafting time in all adjacent assemblers. Okay, I'll take it. Ooh. This is probably going to be most useful up here. I think so. But also here is pretty good. It's pretty good here. I don't hate it. I would love to ideally get it somewhere that affects more than just 2 assemblers. It's not bad here. Well, no, it's better here, I think. Yeah, let's put it down there. Only 1 that we've got at the moment. Waiting for outputs. Output full. Are we at maximum capacity here? I think so. I think we actually are. Let's take that out. And then let's put in a brand new belt. All the way over to there. Yeah, try that. I think that we're going to have some real issues with getting everything into the hole. Getting another sink. Now, there is a way that we can get another sink. But I believe, if we have a little look here. Yeah, if we have a little look. Next portal is going to give me 250 bucks. In 6 portal, plus 50% move speed. I also think that we can buy more sinks. Because this is going to be problematic. Yeah, this is almost certainly going to be problematic. Let's go get a splitter in here. Yep. There we go. That might make a difference. It might, yeah, make a little bit of a difference. Can I recycle? I can recycle that. Tell you what. Let's do this. Yep. Recycle. And recycle. How about that? That's not bad, although there's a better way of doing that. I just go down here, and we cut your splitting, and then you just go straight down. And then everybody should have maximum access to getting everything in. Okay. Good. Right, what was I doing? I lost my focus there for a second. Let's get back on the train. A firewall is 2 burning columns. Flamethrower is 1 fire whirl. And these are the fire whirls that we've got. Flamethrower is craft rate 0.2 seconds. A meteor, a fire whirl, and a corpus. Poison bubble, ice spike, electric bolt, fireball, and spiritus. So you can just imagine, like, there's so much space that we've got. But I think I really want scale more so than anything else. So let's focus on just getting as many fire whirls as we can. I also don't know the output rate of this anima. And that's a bit of a problem. So I need fireballs into fire whirls. That's it. Okay, go back to here. 2 assembler, level 1s. That's great. Wrong one. Cool, cool. Let's split into What am I trying to do here? Split into here. Let's turn you up. Let's go across. Yep. I'm just trying to design things with spatial efficiency. Hedgehog totem increases all factory speeds by 5%. You know what? I'll take it. Great place for it. That's absolutely perfect for us, to be honest. A scallop totem increases all source output speeds by 25%. That seems pretty good. That seems like a great place for it as well. This is the risk that you run, right? Let's go up here. This is the risk that you run. You end up trying to be too clever, and you have too many totems going into the system. What about two times fireballs? What does that make? I think it's burning columns. Yeah, and am I currently making burning columns? I am. So this is an assembler level 2, and if I get an assembler level 2 in here, then that will give me... Oh, I need more conveyor belts. Misc conveyors, that should be fine. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in there. So you're going to make fireballs, and then you're going to make burning columns. Great. Is that good? Is that fine? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We could also get another... We could get another assembler level 1 in here, and you know what? Let's do this rotate around here. That into there. That into there. I need more conveyors. Let's get misc conveyors. It's fine. Go. And then that up to there. So, if we're able to keep pace with the anima production, which I think we are. Crafting, yep, crafting looks like it's at 100%. Output full. Output should never be full for more than a second. Great. I think that is... I think that's really, really good. That is... There's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm a little bit worried that we're maybe not getting enough attack potions in here, but that's okay. I don't think I want to do any more rerolls. Either way, we're at level 4 at the present moment. Let's press on and see what we can do. Oh, that's the fire staff thing. Doesn't really look like a fire staff, but that's okay. Also, there's a little question mark down here. Let's go and see what this is. I will take a little gander over here. Also, I feel a lot more powerful. I'm not collecting much money at the present moment, but that's okay. Some more firewalls would be good. The fact that I've got a plentiful amount of fire whirls is really nice. Definitely feel like I'm doing more damage. If I was to stay still, then that would probably show a little bit better. Okay, what the heck is this? No idea what this is. Okay, one uncommon totem. Don't know if that's going to get placed for me automatically, or if I am going to get to place that in somewhere that doesn't completely suck. But that's fine. Right, let's head on up to the top of the world. Maybe I can go via... Oh, look at how many balls I've got. Or whirls. Fire whirls that I've got. There's too many fire terms. Alright, let's get up here. Nice. Throw in the fire staff. Occasionally getting a little bit of attack damage. Enter or earn 250 bucks. I'm going to take the 250 bucks, to be honest. I think we can sustain this. Yeah, that's going to be really, really helpful. Now, we do, if we skip a portal, we do have to obviously wait for the next one to spawn, which will be forthcoming at some point. Hopefully. Oh, that's my fire worlds have all gone. Maybe we get more attack potions now. Maybe it's time for attack potions. Also, I do not like being on the edge of the world here. This is a little sketchy. It's okay if I take a little damage, though. Like, we're okay with that. The other thing that I can think about... Oh, health potion. Nice. The other thing that I can think about getting is perhaps some form of defense potion. There are ways to heal yourself. There are ways to mitigate against a whole bunch of damage. And that might be pretty good. Also, something that I'm realizing about fire... Also, the portal's out already. Cool. Something that I'm realizing about fire is that not a lot of fire is piercing. So that is just something that we will need to deal with. But you'll remember that I had a arrow, like, right back at the very start. Like, the arrow coming here. This pierces. Ooh. What do we have? Totem grants 100% damage at all attack size for all spells crafted in assemblers in the same grid row. A goat totem? All assembler speeds crafting by 5% for every $20 spent removing parts from the grid. Okay, grants 10% interest every level up. Plus 100% dash cooldown, but 100% plus defense. Totem grants 15% damage every level up if there are less than 5 totems on the grid. Well, there's not. You know what? I'm gonna skip. I'll skip this. I'll skip you. Cannot be recycled, cannot be moved. That's another hedgehog totem. Is there negative downsides to any of these totems? No, there's not negative downsides to any of those. Crafting speed for 5% for every... I don't think there's any... I don't think there's... Maybe this one is worth. Okay, that doesn't really do anything for us, to be honest, but that's okay, I guess. A squirrel totem increases all assembler crafting speeds by 2% per assembler held in the inventory. That's kind of sick. When used, this scroll heals for 25% of max health. Mid, I think. Not that bothered. Right, let's get some stuff. Let's get some stuff started. It's all about... It's about quantity here, I think. I need another sink, don't I? In 4 portals, plus 50% move speed. In 9 portals, 9% move speed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing that I need to consider is where the heck am I going to put the... Where the heck am I going to put these things into the portal? There's no flippin' space. Lizard Totem grants plus 75% fire damage. That's insanely good for us. That's given that I only have fire damage. That is unbelievably sick. I'll take that. Power Crystal halves the recipe crafting time in all adjacent assemblers. I will take it. Mist Conveyors, take it as well. Animosaurs, take that too. Reroll again. Assembler pack. Ooh, 1 type of each assembler. That's good, because that gives me a level 3 assembler. Mist Conveyors, I guess I'll take as well. Iris Scroll. When used, the scroll grants 50% attack. Okay. I don't want to really end up rerolling much more, because if I do, that will suck. This is insanely good, to be honest. Absolutely insanely good. That being said, yeah, if we're missing inputs, then all I need to do is do that. Do this. We split... Hold on. What am I thinking here? You can see the gears working in my head. There we go. Will that work? No. No, it will not. But this will work. There we go. That will work. And then we need to take this and do something up here. Whatever this is. There we go. So that gives me... We should have less time waiting for inputs there. Or maybe I want to do... Hold on. Maybe I want to do this. Stop. I can't split going in. That's the only problem because I'm right at the edge of the world. What about the other way around? What if I do this here, split that there, and then that into there? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And then mostly everything should get fed in over here. Cool. Right. Let's go up at the top here. Let's go fireball production. Here we go. Assembler level 2, assembler level 2. Also, that's assembler level 1, so we're just making the fire whirl, whereas this we're going to make the burning column. I think I want to make more burning columns. I think that's kind of what I'm after. 0.9 second crafting speed, 0.9 second crafting speeds, and then I guess I want to go down here. What if I combine burning columns? Can I do that? Is there anything that burning columns can become? 2 anima makes an inferno. A pentagram of fireballs shoot out of you. They're faster produced. The faster they're produced, the further they travel. 2 times burning columns. Yes, that is what I want. That is exactly what I want. I need an assembler level 2 in order to make that happen, though. Let's reroll. It's good enough. Good enough. And then we put that there. Take this back. Firewall created. There we go. That is what we're after. So the craft time of that is 2.3 seconds. Am I going to have any excess spare capacity? I might. Waiting for inputs. Let's get another one of these. There we go. Alright. How's that? That maybe give me a little bit more bang from a buck? I hope so. Yoink that. Spiritosaurus. Maybe I need to start thinking about other non-fire things, to be fair. Firewhirl and Corpus. We can do that. We can do that. Inferno is 2 times anima. But I would need a... Yeah, I don't want to reroll again. That's just becoming prohibitively expensive. This is looking spiced, though. This is looking really, really good. The only question is, will it be enough? Crafting. It's good. There is a little bit of excess capacity, but is it something that I'm content to deal with? Let's give this a shot. There we go. Yeah, try that. Try that. That might just be enough to resolve our oversupply issues. Yeah, okay. Let's jump back in and see what we can do. Oh, boy. Okay, well, that is the firewall, I guess. And it looks pretty darn strong. I am pretty darn rich. However, there are a lot of enemies. And, oh, yeah, I forgot. We're also doing the plus 75% fire damage now. So that's a big improvement. I do need to keep moving because I'm slow and there are a lot of enemies. And that's not really very nice. And the portal, of course, appears below me, which is super not cool. Also, I am at the top of the world now. There we go. Start the process of moving down here. Yeah, things are getting dicey. Things are getting very, very dicey. But keep doing that firewall thing. There's too many fire terms. I'm not sure what the fire terms, what I'm actually talking about anymore. Okay, we got 15 seconds to enter. I am pretty rich, to be fair. Okay, I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in. Pretty rich. Not bad. A grab bag. What is this? Generates a random factory part. For 15 bucks? Seems like a steal. It was a splitter. Not ideal, but that's okay. Right, let's see if we can try and get a poison bubble, fireball, and corpus. I don't really need that. I need increases the chance to crit. Magnum opus increases attack. I mean, I think I need like more attack potions, or I need speed potion. That's a good idea. Increases base movement speed by 5%, and it's 3 spiritus. Tooth of the Rat. Mix a catalyst with another spell and an assembler 2 to imbue the spell with effects. Okay. An electric bolt. Fireball and the spiritus. That's not a bad idea either. Like a fireball and spiritus is really good. Meteor, fire whirl, and corpus. I don't need any more anima sources. I'll take the misc, I'll take the assembler, I'll reroll. Crab totem increases all assembler crafting speeds by 25% every time a scroll is used. I've not used any scrolls yet, and I've kind of like avoided scrolls. I'll take the assembler. I'll take the mist conveyors just in case I need them. Mouse totem, all assembler crafting speeds by 10%. I'll take that. We're going to start getting into some really nasty placements here, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. Power Crystal is having the adjacent time for crafting. That could absolutely work over here, and I think I will do that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that right there, to be honest with you. Grab bag. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's okay. This has changed my entire flippin' life. Okay, we'll grab a few more of those. This is great. This is great. Okay, what do we want to prioritize? What do we want to prioritize? Seismic shockwave, bomb. I need some defense stuff. We've got a defense potion. That's 2 corpus. 1 spiritus. I don't have any spiritus at the moment. A sink? I'm gonna absolutely purchase that, even though I've literally just got one. Generates... Has a 50%... Use this scroll as a 50% chance to generate a sink. Otherwise... Okay, see? 3 sinks in 1 turn! Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Miss Conveyor is fine. Reroll. Corpus Source. No, I'm really after another type of source. Pyrocrystal. I'll take it. Reroll again. Spiritus Source. That's what I'm after, right? Yeah, that's what I'm after. And another Pyrocrystal. Wow. Yeah, I will take that. Okay, that was a super juicy operation. Let's do this. See if that makes a difference. I guess it can be halved and halved again. But you're going to be waiting for inputs for quite a long time, I suspect. Yeah, because it's 0 point... it shouldn't be. It should be... You shouldn't be waiting for inputs for that long. Okay, that's cool. It's a decent improvement nonetheless, I think. And any other... I mean, honestly, maybe we just bang this in here. It's not a bad idea. So, let me think. So I need to get this extra sink down. I need to get probably health potion, 3 anima. That's actually shockingly easy to make. That's a really easy thing to do. And I can kind of do it up here. So let's just do this on a 1-to-1 so like ratio. There we go. 3 anima. You're going to make the health potion. It's going to take a little while to get there, and it's going to occasionally... What is that going to give me? Recovers 1% of your total HP, so it's not a lot of HP, but it's fine. Then the other thing that I maybe wanted to do, what was it? Defense potion? Yeah. 2 corpus, 1 spiritus. 2 corpus, 1 spiritus. Let's take this out of here. Let's take this out of here. Let's go that in there. Let's take you out of there. I still want to keep this placement though. This is working, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we get here. This is maybe a little bit too complicated for what I'm trying to do. There we go. Fine, and then we put a level 3 down here, and then that will make... I wonder what that will make, actually. What is it going to make? Defense potion, that's perfect. Defense potion is exactly what we're after. You know what? Let's put this sink... Oh, good. Not a good place for it. Not a good place for it at all. Here? Here? I mean, I've got 3 sinks now. Like, let's just acknowledge that. Let's acknowledge that. That's good. 2.5 seconds to make this. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. And I wonder if I can make another one. Yeah, so if I make another one here, take that out, split into there, and then we get a spiritus in there. Nice. And there. That in there. I've made luck. Is that what I want? I've made speed, I've made luck. I'm making, apparently, whatever it makes, I make. That's fine. What else can I do with Spiritus? Spiritus is 1 fireball. You know what? That's not a crazy idea. Let's see if we can try and make this happen here as well. So we do this. We get an assembler level 2. And then we throw that in there. And then we take this out here. And then we just throw down another sink over here. Right, that's an inferno. I did not mean to make an inferno or a force field, but apparently I'm making lots of stuff. I'm making lots of stuff that I don't really know what I'm making. I am making a lot of stuff. And I guess it kind of depends on whatever is available. So you're making... What are you making? You're making a speed potion. Well, I kind of wanted a defense potion, but I can set a recipe filter if I want to. Defense potion. There we go. I can set that to do that. So that's maybe what I'm after. You are making... What are you currently making? Let's have a look. Force field. I kind of like the idea of a force field, to be honest. What does a force field do? One spiritus, one anima. A circle of enemies pushes their projectiles away from you. Yeah, you know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I do not hate that at all. I still have another one of these bad boys to throw down. I would kind of like this to be here and get the benefit from this. Put that in there. Take you out. There we go. This is going to make things slightly more complicated, but not really. And then that goes in there. Okay, and then you get set to defense. Defense. That's it. Okay. Is that better? Honestly, kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell. I don't really know if I've done anything that is good. Let's do this. Let's do this. If we've got spare capacity, we will just sort of throw down extra stuff wherever we can. That makes in 0.8 seconds. That makes in 1.8. So you know what? That should be split. And then that should get moved. And that should get moved. And then that should be up the top here. Whoops. And then that will make us some more fireballs. Which is fine. And then, hold on. Can I get a... What if I put one of these in here? What will this make for me? What will this make? It'll make something, right? No, it will not make anything. Fine. What about... Is there anything that I can do to combine the fire whirl? Hold on. The fire whirl. Let's have a look. Show all recipes with this as an ingredient. The blaze barrage. Is that it? Is there nothing else with the fire whirl in it? I thought there was. Meteor. Yeah, the meteor is the fire whirl. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. And then we've got a corpus as well, so... We can do that, but we need a level 2. Okay. That's fine. One fire whirl. No, that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. How long does that take to craft? Hold on. Let's have a look. Flamethrower, craft time is 5 seconds. Flippin' heck, man. That's a long time. Right, flamethrower has been crafted, though, so that's kind of nice. How can I split this out and not completely ruin my operation here? Let's move this around a little bit. Let's move this down into here, into here. Okay, this feels like we're really trying to optimize. Will you be able to spit out directly into the sink? No. No, 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 no. That's slightly problematic. That's not problematic at all, because we can just take this back to here, take this back to there. And do that. And do that. Okay. Anywhere else that needs to be improved? Truthfully, I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this at all. I am not happy with this. This can be done better. This can absolutely be done better. Let's get that to there. That to there. We split here. Okay, so that will at least give me one additional flamethrower manufacturer. Is that going to be enough to keep everything humming? I don't know. Flamethrower. Can we do anything with flamethrower? Nope. Apparently not. Okay. But it looks like it's sort of like roughly tracking to be fine. Looks like it's mostly fine. The problem is that I would really like... I'd really like this to be split somewhere. Like, I'd love an extra row to be able to split this off. Is that possible to do? Not really. We kind of just have to go this way. I've not really done much undergrounding, to be fair. I don't think I particularly need to. You're making force fields. That's fine. We also have the opportunity to do some more stuff down here, which I'm kind of interested in doing. Yeah. What about some corpus? So corpus is arrows. What are arrows used for? Fire arrows? We do make them. We make one. I don't really care. Crossbow bolts. What was the lightning? It was spiritus. Fireball and lightning. Okay, you know what? Let's just not sweat the small stuff too much. Force field, it literally applies for a momentary period of time. Tell you what, though. Heck yeah, man. The fireball is... The flamethrower is pretty darn good. I like the fact that I have now got a little bit of knockback. That feels really quite healthy. And as long as I keep moving... damage seems fine. Damage seems really good. We are occasionally, very, very rarely, mind you, getting a little bit of our HP back, which is quite nice. Let's go down this way. Cool. I'll switch back over to here to pick up the vast amount of cash that I have generated. Make sure that I don't wander off course too much. Yeah, tell you what, not bad at all. The damage output is definitely there. It's a little spiced, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's there. We got 19 seconds left. Kinda put myself into a little bit of a corner here. That's fine. Let's hang around here for another couple of seconds. Let's not maybe overdo it. There we go. I tell you what, standing still around a portal, it does kind of work. It does kind of work. Oh, what is this? Click to select a charm. All potions deposited into the sink within the highlighted region will have their effect doubled. All potions deposited into sinks within the region will have their effects doubled. Right. Well, that's a great opportunity, to be honest. I'm going to take that, probably. All spells deposited into sinks within this region will always be critical hits. So flamethrower is always critical hitting is also really good. I'm gonna take that, to be honest. I am gonna take that. I think that's for the best. Yeah. I mean, the flamethrower's critting. So this now becomes a sort of simple... we go to recycle mode, recycle this. We now deposit into a sink that is here. And then we go delete that there. Yep. And then come down here, and into there. And then you also go up to there instead now. And I think we can make that work. And then we'll also bring you down, but since you're not a potion, or well, you're a potion, not a spell, I don't actually care. This is firewall that is currently waiting for inputs. Do you know what? Let's redo this a little bit. I don't particularly care about that. This is useful stuff, but to be honest, now that I've got the opportunity to get everything funneled into here, I think I'm just really keen to do it, to make it happen. Also, is there any other way that we can do... Any other way that we can do more, like, manufacturing up in this vicinity? Because that would be really, really nice. It would be really, really nice. We also need to figure out what we're going to do with this. I've still got some sinks, though, so I've still got one sink, should I say. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine. And the fact that all of these flamethrowers are going to be critical hits, that's pretty nice. That needs to be rotated around. Yep. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Okay, that will probably fix the ratio issue that we were having. You know what? Does this need to be made here? No, it doesn't. Here we go. Delete that. And then... what am I thinking? I'm thinking that I want to get this up to here. This up to here. And then we want to put in a splitter here. We'll move this into this configuration. This is really good. This is really good. I am being tickled in all the right places with this video game, to be honest. This is really nice. And then that can go down there. And then, just for good measure, if we can squeeze this in, that would be great. Also, let's see if we can try and change this assembler to do something. I mean, it's anima and something. What am I saying? Spiritus and anima. What does spiritus and anima make? Any of these things? Spiritus and anima. You know, we could make a fire arrow here. We could make a fire arrow. 30% crit chance, but the problem is it doesn't really do much damage. So, you know what? Let's not sweat the small stuff. We'll leave it as force fields for now. That's fine. The other issue that we're going to have is we're still not making enough flamethrowers to actually use them. Like, look at all this stuff that is on the that is on the belt. Let's cut that out and then let's split this over here. How's about that? Does mean that I want to get rid of this though, because this is not necessary. Also, is there a chance? Is there a chance of me doing some other funky stuff? So currently we've got... I just think that this is so good, right? Like, will always be critical hits. I mean, if we make this async, for example, and if we can somehow manage to funnel even, like, all of this output into here, that would be incredible. Like, that would be just genuinely fantastic. Also, this needs to be reconnected. I realize that. Yep, that's good. This is the firewall. What about firewall? Is there anything? Burning column. Yeah, okay. No, it's fine. There's nothing else that we can do with the firewall. That's okay. Yeah, what I'm just thinking is if I move this sink or introduce another sink over here, for example, it's going to be a little bit tough to do. But if we were able to do it, man, oh man, oh man, that would be flippin' fantastic. It would mean that I would have to sacrifice this. But to be honest, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. Take this out, take this out, take this out, take this out. You go to here. You go to there. And then that goes up into there. Right? So ostensibly that is the same exact... That is the same exact process that we have going on here. Fireballs, waiting for inputs. Crafting time, 1.7 seconds. It's actually... There's actually the ability to optimize this further. Because now we're out of the range of this, I suppose. Anyway, look, I'm getting distracted. The point is, let's disconnect this. Let's get a sync in here. Yeah, in here. And let's do... So we want to be doing underground to here. Yep. And we basically want to just direct everything up. Everything that we can into this area. And that will just make it all crit. Hopefully we can figure this out. Let's go underground to here. Yep. And then let's just bring all of this across. See, this is where, like, this is the problem, right? Is that we're basically feeding everything onto one single belt. And that's not going to be perfect. Especially with this. I really don't like this setup, to be honest. This is not conducive to good operation. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. We got lots of delays. Lots of delays on this belt, and that is really suboptimal. Yeah, okay. Maybe we're over thingying it a little bit. So let's disconnect this. Reconnect this back into here. Yeah. Let's let that run a little bit. Just to sort of see where that takes us to. Okay, good. There should be no backlogs. In an ideal world, unless it's some of the stuff that I don't really care about, there should be no real... There should be no real backlogs anywhere. This, I know you still need to be connected up to something. Where on earth you're connected to, I'm actually not sure. Because this area is just a mess now, isn't it? It's a total flippin' mess. I suppose there's a sink over here that I could connect up to. Yeah. So we got like a potion sink. We've got like a fireball sink. And that is good. Okay. There we go. So that's a bit better. Certainly feels a little bit better anyway. This corpus source, can I output to somewhere? I'm going to output there. That might not make much of a difference. But you know what? I've got the ability to do it, so we might as well put them down. I've also still got this thing here for whatever this thing does. Can I boost my flamethrower production in any meaningful way? I can do this. That might not be the craziest idea in the world. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I don't know if this is going to make much of a difference. I really, really hope that it does, but it really might not. Also, I haven't even rolled... Paracrystal, elephant totem. This totem destroys all mouse totems and replaces them on the board with sinks. Increases all crafter assemblies. I mean, that's really, really good. Because the mouse totem... We've only got one mouse totem. Only one mouse totem. But... a new sink would be great, right? Oh, it's huge! It's huge! It's so big! It's so big! I didn't even look at that, how large it was. That is... it's a big boy. It's a big boy. But that's okay. It's the best place for it to be. Give me misc conveyors. Take this back. Take this back. And you know what? Take this out, and just take it straight down here. Nice. That actually makes me feel a lot better about things. Yeah. Maybe not much better, but a little bit better. It's fine. Very fine. Okay, let's keep on re-rolling. I want to... Can I... What? Oh, I can move you. Can be moved until combat is resumed. Oh, I can absolutely move you. How do I move you, though? Let's have a look. Can I... Hello? Yeah, so I need to... What am I grabbing? What am I grabbing down here? I can't... Oh. See, okay. I don't know how to move this thing. Move down to the bottom? He's flipping massive, man. Oh, got him. Okay, down in the bottom right-hand corner, I think. Yeah, that's exactly where you're going to go, and that's exactly where you're going to stay. That is perfect. Okay, is there any other resources that need to be boosted or given a little bit of extra love? I don't think so. I think we're mostly there. I mean, there's a little bit of excess anima on this belt over here. There's obviously a little bit of extra spiritus in a couple of different places. I mean, I could take another little bit of extra spiritus. Now that I've got more goods here, we could explore... Goldfish totem? What does this do? This totem gives $4 for every totem, every level up. That seems worthless. Okay. I'm now making, like... There we go. I'm now making quite a lot of different things. The force field is pretty nice. It's a lot of new stuff. Corpus and anima. Explosives with long fuse. Crossbow bolts. Electric bolt. That's what I want. I want an electric bolt. I want to start doing that stuff. Because it's cool. It's very cool. And I tell you what. If we were able to guarantee the crits. If I was to make this here... That would be exceptional. So we feed it into this area. So we get... Is there a... No, it's literally just one fireball and one spiritus. So, fireball is super simple to make. It's just this. And then the spiritus just comes out of here. And then assembler level 2. Yep. Let's see if this works. I don't know what the assembly time is going to be. Output full. Thank goodness I've got just enough belt to make it happen. Electric bolt is 1.4 seconds crafting speed. So we could do with getting static charge. Static charge. Static charge is 2 electric bolts. 2 stun. 2 lightning, 30 stun. 3 electric bolts is 55 lightning. I want something with a really low critical hit chance because we guarantee it, right? Will always be critical hits. So I think maybe we just go 3 electric bolts. Electrified hammer is thrown. No, I really want something that's... Ball lightning. I really want something that has a chance to ricochet. Because that will be crit. It'll be a guaranteed crit. So if we can make that happen, that would be spectacular. I also think that we can do better than this. I think we can do way better than this in hindsight. I can't move you, can I? No, you're kind of stuck there. That's fine. So we make 1 fireball. You know what? No, we're going to do better than this. We're going to do better than this. We're absolutely going to do better than this. Because I believe we can. So, this splits here. Great. Electric. We're going all in on electric now. This is this is apparently the strategy. Goldfish totem. No, I'll take the mist conveyors, though, because I need a few of them. Assembler level 1s. Groundhog totem doubles the length of tunnels. That's really cool, but not really what I'm interested in right now, I'm afraid. Mist conveyors, reroll. We need an assembler level 2. Splitter, no, not worth it. Animosaurus I'll take. Mist conveyors I'll take. Power crystals, yep, absolutely gonna take. 2 assemblers level 1, that, take, yep, good. I need an assembler level 2. I really need an assembler level 2. Conveyors, grab bag, yep. Nope, wrong one. Come on, assembler level 2. Really? Really? Increases all assembler crafting speeds by 2% for every assembler held in the inventory. You know what? It's good. It's very good. Very, very good. And we can increase this as well. You know what? Let's do that in there. That's something at least. I need to get another assembler level 2 in here. Alternatively, we could always just make something else, but whatever. Right, so that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. There's going to be an assembler level 2 that goes in here. It is going to happen. And where's it going to output to? Down here? I can't build on top of the elephant because it's so flippin' big and it's in 2 dimensions. Oh, man. Is there a way around this? Is there a way around this? Is there a way around this? Yes, the assembler level 2 is going to go in there. I mean, what does this make? Oh, yeah, we can absolutely just go around the backside here. Yeah, okay. Well, we get an assembler level 2, we put it in here, and then I guess we route round here, up to here, belt under, and then there. There's no reason that I can't do that now. Okay. The other thing that we need to think about is that we are technically wasting production here, which I'm not ecstatic about. Yeah. What does this make? Let's see, I guess. Because it could always make something right now. Fireball and Spiritus. It's literally just outputting Fireballs and Spiritus. Okay, do not do that, because then you will clog the belt there, video game, and then that will suck. Right, assembler level 2 needs to go in here. That's all that we need to do. All that we need to do. I'm really banking on the fact that we're going to have an incredibly large number of crits here. I mean, literally an incredibly large number of crits. I hope that that's going to be enough. Come on, flamethrower. That's what we're after. Flamethrower crits. Let's move around a little bit. It's fine. Dash a little bit. Okay. So if we're able to get something that works with our critability, then that would be good. Tell you what, though, the fact that I've got some health potions, regenerating a little bit of HP every now and again, that's really good. That's really good. I do feel strong. I do feel a little bit endangered. But when I'm doing damage, I'm doing it. How's the crit on the ricocheting electric bolt, I wonder? Not enough production of that. That's really what's probably being taken away here. But I'm doing okay. You know, HP wise, doing fine. A few good crits here and there. Happy about that. How much have I got? 300 coins. Honestly, I'm thinking that I probably want to stick around and not go back in. Where's my fire columns, by the way? That feels missing. I think I've somehow ended up not... oh, boy. Oh, they move fast. I need to move fast to keep ahead of these chumps. Problem with moving fast, though, is that I am aiming my flamethrower in one direction and one direction only. There we go. Need to keep moving. Need to keep moving. This could be it for me. This could be it for me. Ah! Okay. That was a shame. Maybe something involving vampires is more your speed. Yeah, maybe. It was the vampires that ended up cooking my bacon there. That was quite incredible. Firewall was what did the most amount of damage there. I believe it. Did I stop making firewalls at the end there? I don't know if I did. I don't know if I did. The electric bolt obviously did not very much, but that's because it just kind of started. Yeah, the crits I think would have been quite effective there. There's a lot of spells in there, but I guess the flamethrower did like nowhere near as much damage as I was kind of expecting. Yeah. Okay, what can I say? That was really, really good. The other thing that I would say... Ooh, look at this. Buy 150 totems? What? Have I bought 150 totems? I don't know. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you unlock. A pufferfish totem. Great. That was not actually a lot of stuff, given the size of the collection here, which I will show you. Loads and loads of recipes. Look at that. A whole bunch of them currently undiscovered. Totems. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Scrolls we didn't even use. Charms, I think I literally discovered 2, and I only took 1, and that was... Was it that good? I don't know. Wisdom? I guess this is like tutorial sort of stuff. But what I was going to say is if you want to jump into a new run, you can do Arcana level. What the heck is that? You can jump into different sort of... I don't even know. Is this the Arcana level? Is this the map? I'm literally... I guess this is the Arcana level. The point is, though, look at this. Arcana level 1, which is what I was playing on. Recycling is free. Technically, it should cost $2 to remove resources. So, you know, it's tough. Also, no hexes, whatever that is. There are a bunch of different characters to play. We just unlocked one, right? From buying 150 totems, which I really don't think I did. Start with the pufferfish and porcupine totems, plus 150 max health. Explosions can damage you. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. There's also a daily challenge as well. Yeah, very, very good little game. A really sort of like weird combination. Oh. A weird combination of roguelike and factory builder. I am a fan. Very much enjoyed my time with this one. You can check it out, linked down in the description below. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.